Hey everyone, welcome to my new tutorial. Today I want to show you how you can use few Blender tools and modifiers to create a wheel like this. If you're new to the channel and you're interested to see short tutorials like this in the future, please hit that subscribe button and the bell button to get notified when I release something new. And if you're new to the world of 3D and Blender, and you want to become a 3D illustrator, go and check out my courses that are carefully designed to teach you beginner and intermediate skills in quickest and most effective way. For example, with the new Ultimate 3D bundle, you can go from simple cubic designs all the way to full character illustration in a matter of weeks. So if you're interested, please go check out the link in the description. Now let's jump right into empty Blender file, and I will press Shift A and add mesh, and cylinder is the easiest shape to start with, obviously. So let's tab in, let's press S and Z to scale it down like this. This will be our starting shape. And now I want to tab out, and to keep the Z axis going through the middle of wheel, I will rotate this in object mode. So I will press R, Y and 90 degrees. Now we can go ahead, tab back in, and let's go for edge select and alt click the loop here. And let's hold Shift additionally and click here, and let's press Ctrl B to create the bevel like this. And with the mouse wheel I will increase the cuts to 2 like this. And now I will switch to the face select either here or by pressing 3 and move this out. So press G then X and move it out tiny bit like this. And now let's press I to inset, and now E to extrude this inside like that, and inset once again by pressing I, and now press G then X and move this outside. So this will be our general shape of the wheel. Be careful not to make this part too steep, so this will work just fine. And now to refine the shape a little bit, we can create a new loop with Ctrl R here, right click to release and push it outside a tiny bit. Okay, just like this. And we can refine the shape a little bit later here as well, but so far this will be enough. And there are two things I want to create with the wheel, and that are the bolts here around the rim and the tire pattern that goes around the wheel. It will be really tedious to make this all around, so we will simplify the process by eliminating the geometry that we don't need and then replicating it once again using the spin tool. So let's press 3 on a numpad for side view, and let's click here to toggle the X-ray, and I will go to the face select and let's select these faces right here, and by holding Shift we'll go all the way down towards here. So this should be enough. Don't forget these two as well, and additionally we'll need one more face here, and you will see why. Now let's press Ctrl I to select inverse, and we'll press X and delete all other faces. So this is something we can start with. And now let's press Ctrl R and create the cut right here. We'll need only half of this geometry. So let's press 3, select the face and press X and delete faces. And now we can subdivide this geometry a little bit more. So let's press 2 and alt click here and alt shift click here to select these two loops. Right click and choose subdivide. This will divide our faces. Beware that we created n-gons right here, and we can clean that up later if we want to. Right now I will not do anything, and I'll continue slicing this geometry at the top. So let's press Ctrl R and create 3 cuts. Remember, you can increase the number of cuts with the mouse wheel. So let's confirm here and right click to release. And this will be enough to start. So let's click here to enable the auto merge, press 1 for vertex select, and let's slide these vertices back like this, and let's select those and slide them towards the front. So if you look from the side like this, this will intersect very nicely. And to finish with this, we need to select these vertices. I'm holding Shift and just clicking them, and press J to connect. And let's do this for these other ones as well, just like this. And you might start to see where this is going, but when you look from the side, some of these faces are flat, and for those we can remove the edges so that we get rid of the triangles. So let's select these for edges, for example, and let's press Ctrl X to dissolve them. But here we don't want to get rid of those. They're connecting these original surfaces at some angle, so I will leave those at place and just get rid of these. Okay, and now let's select these faces, and let's press Alt E and extrude along normals. Okay, just like that. And to refine this a little bit more, we can alt click here, right click, subdivide, and just connect this with J. So we basically just moved the addon a little bit lower. Here it will help us to make this pattern wider a little bit. So I will do the same thing on the other side as well. And now we can slide these vertices out so the pattern is wider a tiny bit. But be careful when you do that. You need to slide all of these vertices out because the pattern wouldn't intersect correctly later. So let's press G twice and just slide them out like this. And we can do the same thing on the other side. So click here, and by holding Shift, we can select these other ones and slide this out. And sorry, the screencast went away for a second there, so I just tapped G twice to move this around. And now we can continue, but before we move to the bolts, we can clean up this a little bit because we have few addons right there. So I will disable the X-ray here, and let's just select these vertices and connect them with J to join them. And now press Ctrl X to dissolve this one in the middle. This way we are creating a quad right there. Okay, and if you want to be really nitpicky around quads and triangles, you can go even deeper here and you can get rid of these edges by pressing Ctrl X. Just be aware that these won't be flat, which won't matter because we'll use subdivision surface anyway. Just beware that these are not flat anymore, and we can select these two edges, press X and delete them. Now by selecting them again, pressing F, we can create a quad here as well. So that's a little bit of a cleanup, and now let's move down to create those bolts, and they'll be really easy thing to do. Just press Ctrl R, create the cut here and right click to release. Now press 1 for vertex select, select the one in the middle, and we'll press Ctrl B then V to bevel this, or you can just press Ctrl Shift B and it will do the same thing. And of course you can increase number of bevel cuts with the mouse wheel. I want to go for 2 like this. Don't worry about the star-like shape. We can go to the bevel settings here and change the shape just like this to create a circular hole. And now select the vertex in the middle, press X and delete. And additionally, if you want to refine this, you can select all of these vertices. Make sure you have the loop tools add-on active. Just go to the preferences, add-ons, search for loop tools and enable it. No need to download. And then when you right click, you will see the loop tools menu here, and you can choose the circle command, which will refine this even further. And now press F to fill, E to extrude, now E to extrude once again, and S to scale down to create a bolt like this. That's basically all here, but there are some things we can do to refine this as well. We can select these vertices and connect them to create quads and make everything easier on the subdivision modifier. So this is our basic geometry right now. And now if you tab out and press Ctrl 2, you will see you can add a subdivision and it will work just fine. But I want some sharper edges here and there, so let's remove the subdivision. And before we actually do that, I want to add a bevel modifier here, and let's configure it. So expand the geometry section, and first of all let's disable clamp overlap so we actually see what the bevel modifier does. And let's switch this to arc so we have those nicer corners, and now reduce the amount to something like 0.01 and increase segments to 2. So this will be the bevel I'm going for, but instead of angle limit method I will switch these to weight. That will disable the bevel modifier because we'll now need to tell Blender what to bevel manually. Let's tab in and press N to expand the sidebar, and in the item menu you can increase the bevel weight for certain edges. So let's go for edge select by pressing 2, alt click this loop here, now hold shift and select these other loops, and we can also select these and increase the mean bevel weight, and you will see the bevel appears there. And now to select these edges all around that shape, you can hold Ctrl and Alt to select edges around the face loop like that. And now additionally we'll press Ctrl, Alt and Shift to select this as well. It's a little bit handful, but that's a really useful shortcut. And now we'll increase the bevel weight here as well. And I want to do the same for these loops down here. So Alt Shift click these loops and increase the bevel, and here as well. So now if we actually enable subdivision modifier, this looks a little bit better, and maybe we don't need these. Let's have a look how this looks. So we'll just reduce the bevel weight, and I think that translates a little bit better into the tire shape. So I will leave it like this. Let's disable the subdivision modifier for now. Let's tab in. Let's look from the side by pressing 3 on a numpad. And if for some reason you don't have the cursor here in the middle, if you moved it somewhere, just hold Shift S and cursor to select it in the object mode so it snaps to the origin of the original cylinder. And now tab in. Press A to select all, and we'll use the spin tool. I love to use this tool when I do circular designs like this. So let's select it, and it will just rotate around the cursor and align with your view. So you can just click and drag like this, and here you can click use duplicates. And since we created the cylinder with 32 segments and used 2 segments for that wheel section, we need 16 steps here and full 360 degrees rotation. Of course, that will create one more because we already had one in the place, but rather than calculating angle for 15 steps, it's easier to just select all and press M, merge by distance. That will remove all outstanding vertices and connect the shape really nicely. Okay, so here's our wheel design, and let's now enable that subdivision to see how this looks. I really like this, but for some reason some of these vertices didn't align. Let me disable the subdivision again, and I can see we have a hole here, and basically this repeats all around. So if the mistake is so small like this, you can always use the merge tool. So let's press A to select all, and let's press M by distance, and by increasing this distance in tiny steps you will see these snap nicely at 0.005, and there's no more holes in our design. If something like this happens to you, you can always merge it like that and clean it up. Let's enable that subdivision right now, and it should look much cleaner. And now we can shade this smooth, and we have some nice wheel design here. The next thing we can do is to finish this. I will tab in and press F to fill this part here. Let me disable the subdivision so it's a little bit more performant. Now I'll press I to inset, E to extrude, and create a little bit more interesting shape here. Now I will select this loop around and add some beveling as well. And for these loops as well. Okay, works just fine. Let's enable that subdivision modifier. And we have our wheel ready. It doesn't really matter if you want to use this as flash shaded tire design or you want to enable that beveling and subdivision modifier. It should work just fine. And the spin tool can be very easy to, and the spin tool can be very useful to create designs like this, where you just edit part of the circle or cylinder and then repeat it all around and complete the shape. So that's the wheel design scene for you. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave that like, it really helps the channel. And again, if you're new to the channel and you'd like to see tutorials like this in the future, please hit that subscribe button and the bell button to get notified when I release something new. Thank you all for watching and have a wonderful day.